go.
Crash and flow.
That's
You're playing for like $200,000 to $400,000.
I need to go watch YouTube mixed doubles.
Yeah,
I've never
that's a
seen.
thing.
I thought it was just a collegiate level thing.
No,
just to
it's
get people involved.
Every major, U.S. Open, Wimbledon, Australian Open.
They'll
French
do a
Open.
mixed doubles match.
Yeah. It's good money. It's good money.
Okay. All right. Just for the because like tennis has been taking over my Instagram. And it's always the guy, the tall dude with like the cut.
Nick Kyrgios?
Yeah. That guy, right?
He's the bad boy of tennis.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always that guy. He's so cool.
He's all right. Yeah, he's.
I know you don't like him technically.
Tennis has always had these bad boys, guys who can like lose their temper and break a racket, and they're very creative.
Yeah.
And they're really good for exactly what they're good for is taking over
An
Instagram.
entertaining reel.
But they don't really like win majors.
Okay.
They don't really like. They have like even that guy does not have a lot of accolades,
Okay.
and it's the amount of talent is very high, but he's a friggin' time bomb.
So what is he missing? Once he threw water bottle at the ref umpire.
Yeah. One of the things that really makes you good at
It
tennis.
slipped.
Yeah, that guy's a dumbass. But one of the things that makes you he's also like very like he says things and plays in an entertaining manner.
Yeah.
But one of the things that makes you great at tennis is being able to make a mistake and get over it.
Yeah.
In a way that doesn't let you affect the next point.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy will get through a game, get through another game, but like eventually in a road, which is 2 weeks of playing tennis to get to a championship, he falls apart. Just mentally, not physically necessarily. He's still fairly young.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about tennis that anybody can learn from is like, you're going to make a mistake, and 10 seconds later, you're going to be given an opportunity to make another mistake, doing something very similar to what you were just doing.
Yeah.
And like how you are
Dissociate from that mistake.
yeah, digesting each one of those mistakes
Yeah.
and how you talk to yourself. That's the greatness of, anybody who's been great, from Federer to Novak to Rafael to Sampras to Bourne to Agassi
Interesting.
to Rod Laver.
It's odd that there's a parallel to that in the SEALs. So listen to Jocko Willink and some other SEAL guys. By the way, there's a Jocko Willink Instagram. Well, there's a Jocko Willink a podcast with it's an Asian special military guy who was a medic in the SEALs, I believe. Then became a sniper.
Oh, I listened to this
specialized
one.
sniper, and then became a doctor.
Was he an astronaut too?
And then became an astronaut.
Man. That guy.
He's one of those people where you can't even compare your kid to him.
Right.
Because one of his achievements is amazing.
Yeah, stop.
2 is almost impossible. The 4 together?
I know.
Man, and you listen to him talk. Did you hear the stories about when he was a kid?
I hear they were horrible.
Dude, his dad tried murdering his mom.
Jeez.
And then missed somehow and then hid in the attic. And then when they call the cops, they try to cover for him. So that after almost trying to kill his wife, right? Not almost, trying to kill his wife with a gun. And then eventually, I don't know how they got to the top. I think maybe he even told the cop. And then they went up and they arrested him and they put him in jail. And then the cop was talking to the kid and said something along the lines of like, "I'm sorry this is happening to you," and whatnot. And then he made it like, he's happy that his dad is no longer there. And then the cop put his hand on his back. He's like, "I understand, kid." And apparently the cop had the same upbringing as well, with like with a broken family.
I saw a bunch of that in Texas too, man.
And he goes from that
I know.
to like the amount of successes that you would need like a couple lifetimes to do.
Dude. Any one of those you could have stopped at.
Oh, the point I was trying to make.
Yeah.
For the people who make it through SEAL team training is not the strongest, most agile, and most talented. It's all the mentally capable. That's 95%, I think, or 90% of what the SEAL teams is.
Yeah, that
is
makes
just the mentally strong.
I would think there's a lot of people as strong as those people, and they're all like, triathlete level above.
Yeah.
But like, the mental decision making and what breaks you is everything. That's a lot in a lot of places, though.
Yeah.
A lot of places when you get to the tip top, it's just like, oh, their brain is built different.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they've had weird trauma.
Yeah.
Like they've seen some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And it made them the way it is because they digested that and said, if I can see that, then I can see anything.
Yeah.
And
Because
there's other people who,
I'm pretty sure the incidence in PTSD in the SEAL teams is lower. They have a couple of reasonings as to why, but you would expect that. They're mentally the strongest. Also, they're not hunted. That was the big thing. Jocko was saying the same thing. He was saying that his teams are not the ones who get hunted. They don't operate in an area and might get ambushed on.
Right.
They're the ambushers.
Right.
They're the ones who are like doing the thing.
Like a seal.
Like a seal.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think.
You know, and I think like he's like that mentality is a thing. Someone straight up asked him, how does he deal with, does he have any PTSD and how does he deal with it? And the way how he answered the question, you're like, well, that seems pretty logical.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
like,
the hammer. I am not the nail. Anxiety is for the nails. You're like, oh, I
he's like,
see.
They died so I can live. So I'm living as best as I can.
That's a good thing to be able to tell yourself, man. But like sometimes, you know, you see some of those people, and all soldiers. I've seen some soldier videos.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not saying that other soldiers are not mentally tough. I was
Sometimes
just
you
saying,
like,
like,
you know, shoot somebody and it breaks you.
That's it.
You
That's
know,
all
you,
it
you
took.
saw somebody up close and you erased them,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I'm never gonna be the same. You didn't even know that about yourself. You had all this training.
Yeah, that's true.
And the first time you do it, you're like, broken.
Yeah, that's it. Just send me home.
Yeah,
Let me take some mushrooms. They need to get on that though, eh?
they need to get on.
Yo,
those
the
mushrooms.
success rate on these mushrooms. I was reading another article about, I think, war PTSD. They were doing it on veterans. Two, like you sit down, you eat some mushrooms. I think it's a pretty big dose. And then you like chill in the office, and maybe they do some like I don't know, work with a therapist. Leave, come back, do another one, and it's like a night and day improvement in like all symptoms and issues and panic attacks and whatever.
I could see that, man. It helped me organize everything a lot better.
Yeah.
And just also like lets you realize, you know, you aren't the kid you were, the middle schooler you were, the high schooler you were, or even the college kid you were at some point, you know, like
Yeah.
and nothing else can really give you that.
Yeah.
Thinking about like when you think back on it, it's still you. But like, I don't know, mushrooms does really help you disassociate and just understand those things.
Disassociate in a good way.
Yeah. But you know, try it for yourself, people. Try
Yeah.
the drugs for yourself.
In a safe environment and whatnot. And if you don't want to do it that way, I strongly suggest NLP. That's what worked for me. That's my shrooms.
How do you what's the dosage?
Really at the beginning it was I had two sessions. One specifically
Neuro-linguistic programming, just so people
yeah,
don't know.
neuro-linguistic programming. First one was for video games, and the second one was for like other issues. And then after I got married, a couple months after, I was having a hard time being married, I guess, like just being that version of me. So I went to go see NLP and got a session in, and then kind of got like all the clarity I needed, and that's all I really felt like I needed after the fact. But like, you know, whenever I need to check in, you just excuse me, I just book an appointment and away we go.
Nice, man.
So that's good for me. Yeah. Yeah, so check it out, people. If you don't want to do the other thing, maybe one day I'll do shrooms. I don't know. My mom listens to the podcast. Maybe, Ma, listen. All right, so some good news for the Mauritians out here. Okay, a company has raised
And the crowd goes wild.
All right, a company has raised millions to de-extinct the dodo bird and the woolly mammoth and release them back into the wild.
Woolly mammoth, let's do it.
Okay, so woolly mammoth. There was a guy on the Joe Rogan podcast that recently was there. I don't know if you heard. It was Forrest Galante.
Yeah, I heard that.
All right. So apparently, releasing the woolly mammoth back into like northern territories of places in like I don't know, Russia and whatever, will actually make the planet like it might reverse some global warming. Right. I don't remember exactly the mechanisms, but it does make it so that it gets colder with their existence. So it's interesting because now it's not just Jurassic Park, what's it called? Exercise, but it's also an exercise in like overall ecology and then making, you know, reducing carbon emissions in the whole 9 yards.
Whatever you want to say to sell me a woolly mammoth, I'm already buying, baby. You don't have to dress it up in climate change or anything.
Fair enough,
bro.
fair enough.
You got a hairy elephant? Bring it on.
Oh man, you know, because the thing
Dodo,
is that
let's pause. Why were you putting, just because, first off, if this bird's name was not a dodo,
it was dodo.
but if it was not,
Yeah.
you'd be less interested.
Why?
Because it's fun. Dodo, kiwi. Like those two, you know, it's
Okay.
just, but if there was just like, oh, the Anthean North red-breasted, you know, pigeon,
Yeah,
nobody cares about it.
bro, we care about it.
Booby, fun, right? Booby, dodo,
Yeah.
kiwi.
Blue tipped booby. Those are actual birds, by the way.
This guy's trying to get super specific, but it's true. I'm with you. But if it wasn't a blue tip booby, you care?
Not,
Hell no.
Yeah, you know what? That's why they name the birds that way,
Right.
so that we can care a little bit.
Because it's not an impressive, bring me a nice friggin'
Say,
hawk.
I would thank you to not slander
This dodo.
the national bird of the Mauritians.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. Do you know the national bird of Canada? You son of a gun.
Of-
I hope a moose kicks you.
Is it a cardinal?
No, you're a cardinal, you cardinal.
Do you know the answer to this question, or you're just leaning into the bit?
I think it's a white jay.
What?
Alright,
Wait,
calm
no
down,
way.
calm down.
No way, it's a white jay. No one's even heard of a white jay.
I think that's what it is.
Hold on. Wait, why am I even doing that? Let's see.
Yeah. You're like, let me Google this. National bird of... Oh, is it obviously a Canadian goose?
Is it though?
Isn't it?
No, it's this thing, brother.
Put it up, dude. Why are you talking to me? The gray jay. Close. White
Also
jay.
known as a whiskey jack or a Canada jay.
Canada jay. Look,
It's a cute bird.
It's a jay.
All right. See, here's the thing. No one cares about this. He's beautiful. It's a beautiful bird.
Beautiful bird.
Yeah, but we don't know about him.
Unless he was called a JJ, and all of a sudden you're like, bring back the JJs.
Anyway, back to the more important thing.
The
brother.
dodo.
We're bringing back the dodo bird.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. See, here's the thing, right? When you bring a woolly mammoth back, the woolly mammoth were hunted by saber-toothed tigers and a bunch of other things. So I'm pretty sure he can put 2 and 2 together and know what a predator is, right? But the dodo bird didn't know that because they didn't have any predators. So they didn't know what was going to kill them or whatnot. So they just stood still while like mongoose or whatever, they were eating their birds. I mean their nests, and the
Eggs.
nest was on the ground.
Right, ground
Not
nesting
nests,
birds.
the birds, the eggs. So I don't know like who's going to train these dodos.
Where do you put him?
What?
Because every place has cats now, right?
Mauritius has cats, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a problem.
I don't think cats eat eggs.
Look at this
though.
thing, dude. Look at this. You don't think a cat's gonna eat this? This just looks like a free meal. It doesn't fly. It has. Look.
I know, man. It's a tough situation.
It's a tough
The thing
situation.
is that I think because the dodo bird just recently got extinct, so they still have a fair bit of DNA for them to be able to bring it back.
It's easy to do, but it's still not the thing to bring back. I don't know what they're fixing. You got to sell me this bird. The mammoth. Animal that size. I'm already on board.
Right,
but
right,
if you're gonna bring back a bird, you got to sell it to me.
Okay, listen. The only thing that you need to know,
Yeah.
right, is that it's the bird of your best friend's country.
All right, dude.
Okay.
Are they tasty? You think?
You know what? If a dodo biryani would
Probably.
be pretty awesome, I think. Bring them back so we can make Mauritian biryani with these dodos.
Yeah. Well, come on. These poor people are making biryani with fish. Come on. Right? Your mom listens to this, right?
I mean, we have chicken and beef.
I got you.
All right, fair enough.
I've had salmon biryani, man. It's really good.
It is good. It is
Fantastic.
good. Did you have salmon biryani from like my house?
Yeah, twice.
Okay,
I've had it.
that's good. Wow, that's 2 times more than I thought you did. Had all right, cool. Let's see. All right, we have animal facts for you, bro.
Nice, man. We're getting off on the right foot with
let me
this.
just turn
The
this
mammoth thing, I think, is fantastic. By the way,
I'm so happy about that.
they should have those. Yeah, bring him to the zoo, shave him down. Not the zoo, but you know what I mean. Like something where it's fun.
We can't bring him to the zoo, you know.
I hate the zoo, man. I hate that.
It's
Especially
so
the elephants.
sad.
The
It feels so
elephants
sad.
are the saddest
Yeah.
at the zoo.
Yeah.
It should just be prey animals. What do you think about that? Just prey animals?
Oh yeah, not the
That are
predators.
stupid.
Not the predators.
Yeah, no wolves, nothing smart, no elephant, nothing that seems emotionally attached, but like
Right.
just a huge area with like gazelle and antelopes,
And giraffes.
giraffes, zebras,
Yeah.
ostriches.
Yeah.
It's like that Lion King scene minus the lions.
That's
That
fine.
the circle of life scene at the beginning without the circle of life.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit more selective with what you put in the thing. You can't put a tiger.
Nice caribous and birds and like is it an ostrich? What you got there?
All right, 10 examples of animal species working together in the wild. That title is way too long, tree hugger. I think you can do better than that. All right, let me just...
Oh, that's the website, Tree Hugger. Gotcha.
Yeah. Actually, if I do this, maybe perhaps it'll make it easier for me to read. And duplicate.
No ostriches, and I thought ostriches were not from Africa.
You thought ostriches were not from Africa?
Yeah, obviously they are.
Yeah. Where did you think they were coming from?
Australia, but they're not because that's where the emu's from.
You know what's funny? When you said they weren't from Africa for a moment, I thought you meant that, and I was like, where else could they be? And I
Can
thought
you Google
Australia.
where ostriches are from?
I think they're from Australia too, bro.
They've got a lot of weird birds over there. Nah, bro, you just gotta Google ostrich's origins, and it'll give you every place it's from. What are you doing, bro?
This is now going to tell me Nambia, Africa.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. All right, back to your zebra
Wait,
and
look,
ostrich
this is a
thing.
popular question. Are ostriches African or Australian? Or native to Africa? But a very small number of them are also in the outback of South Australia. Estimated few large birds. Okay, so
It's weird because Australia is like very detached from everything else. So I just feel like they have their own Pokemons.
yeah,
They have like that, but it's an emu. Or you know what I mean?
yeah. All right, animal partnerships, because I wanted to go with a wholesome animal list.
Sure.
So the water buffalo and the cattle egrets.
Whoa.
This is well, you can see the birds there perched on top of the water buffalo.
Nice.
You know, it's nice. Look at that. It looks like everyone's happy.
That's also cool. Like, you know how much you have to hang out to be named a cattle egret? Like, that's all you must be doing.
Right,
That's-
just landing on cattle.
yeah.
So apparently it's just eating insects
From on the cow?
on the water buffalo. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
All
Egrets
right.
live on insects in the sub-Saharan. They're perched on top of buffalo backs. They scoop up insects that are the buffalo kick up in the grass and earn a free ride by picking harmful fleas and ticks off of their host.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then shit on you probably, but you know, that's the price you pay.
That's true, right? You know, it'd be nice if the birds left to poop somewhere else and then land back again.
They poop where they shit. Classic mistake, but
Yeah. You know what? They don't have a
control of their sphincter.
Yeah, they
you
just
don't have
comes
to
out.
finish your bird sentences, bro. I'm aware. I've heard that too, and I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
I feel like they're aiming.
They're aiming for my car?
Dude, sometimes I'm
of
like,
them.
damn.
Yeah. This one's cool. Carrion beetles and mites.
What?
And so in this picture, there's a carrion beetle, and on top of them is a bunch of mites just hitching a ride.
What's this about?
Okay. Their name suggests. So the carrion beetle eats dead animals. They also lay eggs there so that they can the larvae can eat the rest of the meat that are in the carrion, right? But they also faster developing larvae will gobble up young carrion beetles to reduce competition. This is where the mites come in. Carrion beetles will carry on these tiny arachnids on their back, giving them a free ride and access to food. And in exchange, the mites swarm the dead meat, eating the eggs and larvae that don't belong to their host beetle.
Wow.
Dude, it's like having your own little gang.
Yeah.
Because it's other carrion beetle eggs in the same carrion, right? But they're like, yeah, we know the smell of our beetle's eggs,
Damn.
and that's the only one that stays alive. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Ostriches and zebras.
Talk to me.
Okay.
I like how they're the same colors.
So they both maintain a heightened sense of alertness for danger because lions are out there. The problem is that zebras, while they have excellent eyesight, they don't have great sense of smell. Ostriches, on the other hand, have a great sense of smell, but they have poor eyesight. So the two they work together to stay alert to predators, relying on the eyes of the zebra and the noses of the ostrich. So essentially, each one of them is just looking around to yell 5-0.
I like that. This is a couple of anxious animals.
Yeah.
Like, you see something?
You smell something?
Yeah, basically. Here, stand on my back. I saw this buffalo. The size of this ostriches is pretty.
It's so big.
It's so impressive, right?
So big.
There's only so few birds that are anywhere near that size,
Yeah.
and that thing has to deal with lions and tigers.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. Apparently, you don't want to get scratched by this thing.
I hear they kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been to the African lion safari?
Long time ago.
They come right up to your car.
Did they kick your car?
No, but they'll bite at your side view mirror.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, you would probably want to go in somebody else's car, knowing you.
I would never go.
Yeah, but the baboons and the monkeys just
They
get
take
right on.
They take the weather seals off of like your
Oh, they'll
windshield.
take. They messed with my wiper,
Yeah.
and I just squirt it,
Yeah.
and the thing pretended it got shot. It was like, and it went right to the side. It was.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd come back, so I do it again. It was funny.
Yeah, I don't know why people bring their cars there. That's all right. All right, number 4, Colombian lesserback tarantula and the humming frog. We actually covered this in the previous episode.
No, break it down though.
Okay. So they hold on a second. Species have been in the same area, living in the burrows. Okay, so they live in the burrow together, right? The burrow of the tarantula, right? The frog uses the spider for protection, obviously, because the compared to the size of the frog is like 1/5 the size of the tarantula. It's huge in comparison. So the frog's got a free bodyguard. But at the same time, What the frog does is that hold on a second. The frog eats ants and other insects that might otherwise feast on the tarantula's precious eggs.
Man, that's a crazy one.
Yeah.
That is.
And you know what? Let me see, because they didn't put the picture up over here, so I want to show you a picture of these two,
Oh, it's adorable. Yeah, I've seen a few.
and it really looks like the tarantula has a
Look at that
little
little buddy.
frog
Look at that little buddy.
pet. It's literally the size of the frog. It could be. It's literally like maybe the thickness of the tarantula's leg.
Oh man, he's like, I eat ants, and the tarantula's like,
Is
yeah, that tarantula's intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tarantulas are hella scary.
I don't know whose idea that was, though. By the way, I don't know if the frog was like, "Hey," or like, who started this one. I see the zebra and ostrich. That seems perfect.
They're
Makes
around there in the
perfect sense.
savannah. They've seen each other.
The bird and the cow.
Yeah.
the cow's not afraid of the bird.
Right.
Vice versa. But this one is just like a frog and a huge tarantula. It's
The
like,
tarantula I think the tarantula could eat a frog.
yeah.
No problems.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, who is the first humming frog where he's like, I think we can become friends?
That is what is called a fetish. I don't know. I am not sure.
Just thinks that he's so pretty. Anyway,
man.
so that's the thing, and obviously the frog gets to eat free food
Yeah, free ants.
from the
Until those
leftovers,
baby spiders.
yeah. Oh, they
hatch.
also get leftovers from the tarantula's meals.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Egyptian crocodile and plovers.
What's a plover?
A plover is I think a bird.
Say a word.
This would be it.
Oh, it's a beautiful animal.
And you've seen this multiple times when you're watching your Discovery Channel, where there's a bird that's literally in the inside of the crocodile's mouth. It's eating. It's essentially a live floss machine.
Man.
Okay, it's a water flosser. Yeah, let's see over here.
That's cool. We should figure that out.
yeah.
Hey, I'm going to go brush. Right? And you just sit there like, yeah, I know. It's
here,
the
Tweety.
best.
Relatively
Dentists hate.
puny wading bird boldly perches on the openings of the croc's mouth and picks food from their razor-sharp teeth.
Not worth it. Plover. Not worth it.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. The crocodiles don't eat them. It's surprising that the crocodile allows birds to forage for scraps in their mouth because it keeps their teeth clean and healthy. After
like
all, crocodile teeth are is at its most useful quality. All right.
Oh, I think a crocodile wrote this article. It's like, I won't eat you.
This is misinformation. Okay, why we have
That clip art one? Yeah, somebody.
Here's that's crazy.
That's
Also,
crazy.
the crocodile mouth with the teeth is almost like it's pretty crazy. All right.
That is the scariest. A crocodile is one of the scariest.
You know, it's the fact I liked about them so much is that they're like, we don't need to evolve more. Like a lot of the other ones had to evolve to adapt to other things, different types of hunting strategies, whatever. And they're like, no, we got it down pat. Best bite force,
Dude.
drag, twist, eat.
They live through all those resets.
Yeah.
They live through all those resets. They don't care if food is rotting, right?
Yeah.
So,
Just literally built different.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? We're like, oh, we need bigger brains? No, we don't. Size of a walnut. We're
No.
doing fine. The honey badger and honey guides. Do you know what a honey guide is?
No.
All right, me neither. Let's have a look. See,
I know what a honey badger is. Where's the honey badger from?
a honey badger is Africa, for sure. Africa for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and some sort of bird. Let's read the thing over here.
It's
The name implies honey guides are birds that love honey, but they have a hard time accessing the sweet substance that are inside the beehive. So they hang out with honey badgers, mammals that like honey as much as they do, and they lead the mammalian friends to the beehives, and the honey badgers go nuts,
right
because it's a honey badger,
right.
and breaking open for both species to enjoy the sugary snack. That's amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a homing missile for honey.
Honey badgers have a high tolerance for pain, apparently.
They have a high tolerance for everything. They also like their
Venom.
skin is venom. They just get knocked out. They just take like a drunken nap and then they just wake up. And that was
That's
from
so
like
funny.
a king cobra, right? A king
I
cobra.
slept it off.
They also their neck skin is so thick that a lion can bite it with all its force, and it doesn't break through the skin. We could do an entire episode on all the cool things about a honey badger.
I think out of all the animals that are named, like either dangerous and are safe or named nice, and they're like a honey badger's a pretty badass animal. They should call that a Tasmanian devil.
They don't back off anything. You can see footage of them fighting off 3 full-grown lions.
Yeah, that was fun. And they're like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
The lions look stressed,
Yeah.
and kind of embarrassed. The pistol shrimp and a gobbies.
I don't know what a gobby dog.
It's definitely a fish because
we definitely know the shrimp.
Yeah, a pistol shrimp is a fierce predator that can snap their claws together to create a jet of water that shoots out. I don't know if that's accurate. I thought it was a bubble that bursts at the speed of light. Right, the speed of sound. I think.
Was it not a pistol shrimp? Maybe. You know what? The name is kind of right on the nose,
right?
You know?
Yeah. All right, I'll check that in a minute. While they're very good at catching prey, the shrimp is also vulnerable to predators themselves because of their bad eyesight. Bad eyesight coming up again. Gobies turn out have great eyesight. They act as seeing eye fish for the shrimp, keeping all tail fins in contact with the shrimp's antenna to easily signal when danger is near. In return, the gobies get a free access to the pistol shrimp's burrows so that they can both hide from predators.
That just jokes, man.
All right, I'm going to just check the pistol shrimp facts because I'm pretty sure that first thing wasn't accurate.
So they said it was a water sprout or whatever?
It snaps and then it creates a jet of water that goes.
Maybe both?
Okay, here it is. When it makes its little snapping sound with its claw, it can reach 210 decibels. And that's louder than an actual gunshot. But what is it for? There are no pinches at the end of the crustacean's claw. The only thing that the pistol shrimp can do to a person is annoying them with the sound they make, although the pistol shrimp produces an immense heat and sound wave that can destroy their prey.
I saw one of these shrimps punch a crab claw and blow it to smithereens. You saw that?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. The crab
It's
was
just coming in.
Yeah. An arm is
You
gone.
can see it fly away. Dude.
Yeah, it looked like it got hit by a bullet, for sure. Crazy. All right. Clownfish and sea... Please say this word.
Anemones.
All right. We know this, right? The clownfish likes hanging out.
And the anemones.
Right? So...
This is more of a plant. I don't consider this... I mean, what does the anemones... What are its options other than, like the clownfish is in here now?
That's true.
It's like us and trees have a great relationship, if we have a tree house.
Yeah. I mean, we can move on.
Coyotes and badgers.
Do you
now
know about
we're
this
talking.
one?
No, I don't.
Yours in the rear. Excuse me.
It's okay, man.
Good Lord. Okay. Here's an example of mutualism in the USA. Might be... Okay, you might have seen pictures of surprising pairing traveling together at night or walking side by side through a sunny plain, but both are incredible hunters. But the coyotes get into a bind when its prey seeks revenge. When its prey seeks refuge underground. Badgers, being superior diggers, can better access the below ground dwellers, and when they do, the two species share the meal. So essentially, what happens is this: the coyote is hunting like a freaking like a groundhog. Groundhog goes into the hole. Now the coyote can't get there. Badger's like, I got you. Goes in, digs that guy out, and then the groundhog starts running because he no longer has his barrow. Coyote does coyote things. They both eat food.
Dude, if it wasn't just pairs of two and there were 4 animals hanging out, this would be big news and a problem. When a coyote and a badger and a hawk and an ant,
right?
Like a tarantula get together.
Pairs.
Yeah.
What if a polar bear starts working with a moose, starts working with a
the
wolf?
mammoth, because they're up there now. And they're
my
like,
God.
let's get the band back together, right?
Yeah.
Where's Saber?
Right.
And you're like, oh no.
Just like Ice Age, the movie.
That's exactly what they probably faced it on.
Yeah. That's it.
I know.
Did you know, by the way, the predecessor to the sloth, like where it originated from, those sloths were much bigger and faster.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were fast. I knew they were bigger. I just assumed everything was bigger.
Yeah. Apparently, they were an actual problem. Whereas like sloths are like they're so slow that moss grows on them.
I don't know what happened then.
Man.
Because what gets worse, right?
Yeah.
They're like, we used to be great. Now, we're food, right? Very few things go from one end to the other. So that's interesting.
Do you know when they get eaten? Sloths?
I don't know. Whenever you see them.
Yeah, pretty much. But sloths get eaten a lot when they go to the ground,
That makes sense.
right? Why do they go to the ground? To poop.
Really? You can't just shit up there?
Apparently, they haven't thought this out. So they're like, it's time for us to poop. They only poop once a week, I think.
Right. Because they're only eating like half a leaf at a time.
And then just crawls down and then
Gets
gets
eaten.
clapped.
Yeah.
Oh, pooped. They're always getting interrupted. Like the end of the time that they're getting eaten is when they're pooping.
I would, I don't know, man. I don't want sloths to go anywhere, but like, who would really miss them, right? Like, are they serving a function?
It's like koalas.
Yeah.
I'm good with koalas being dispatched.
I've heard bad things about koalas. I hope it's not
They have
all
chlamydia.
true, but see now. That's the thing.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't
They
like
have
it.
chlamydia.
I don't like an animal that has like an STD.
Yeah,
And
I've
it's
seen those
also
light-
in a tree.
Right.
And what if they pee on you? Now you got an STD in your hair.
I don't think that's how anything
Say
works.
you're not a doctor.
No, I'm not a koala either. And also, you don't have hair. So
That's even worse.
it's like now you're making everything up.
That's worse, man. Getting pooped on, and then after brown people telling you it means it's good luck.
You know what? People are crazy. I've been pooped on by a bird. It didn't feel like good luck.
No, it never does.
Contrary.
It feels horrible. All right, where are we at?
We gotta maybe make a. I like how they're bringing the mammoth back. I think they can pick better animals.
Okay, first of all, mammoth is such a great decision for the thing.
I'm with
for
the
reason
mammoth.
why I said.
That's why the dodo is very. But I get it. Sentimental. But
Yeah. All right, give me your the short faced bear.
I want to stay away from predators. Right? Saber-toothed, short-faced bears.
You telling me
the
you
North
would want
American
to see
cheetah.
a saber tooth?
The thylacine. Those are all sick. But I feel I sleep better. The first time these things are gonna start.
Say
eating
this is
people.
another example of does it affect you, your son, your community?
I
It's
think
so
it
far
will.
away, bro.
Where is it? Where are
What?
you pointing to with your hand?
It's in the Northwest Territories. We're gonna put it in Yukon.
It's not. None of it's coming to anything.
Saber-toothed tigers don't want anything to do with the GTA.
I think what is a great idea because so much of Yukon is uninhabitable.
Yeah.
Make it a park, right? A huge park.
Yeah,
Throw these animals. Let nature balance it out.
yeah,
Send me in one of those Jurassic Park bubbles.
Yeah.
It's $1,000 day pass.
yeah,
You get to zoom around, see history in your warm bubble.
yeah. Prehistoric history.
I know.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
That's what I'm saying. Bring all of them
No
back.
one's living up there.
Bring all of them back. You know what? And the thing is that the way how they explain how they make the DNA for the mammoth to bring them back, it's not like in Jurassic Park where they're like, you mix the DNA of a frog with a T-Rex. So the T-Rex can just change sex because the frog can change sex. It's nothing like that. It's almost complete DNA strand. They use sort of like the underpinnings of elephant DNA, but the gaps that are filling, it's not filling in such a way that you're getting like a super predator. Apparently, DNA and genetics don't work that way.
No, I think they were just trying to
Make
make
a
things
movie?
happen. Yeah, I mean, they did a good job for the moment.
Oh, yeah,
They were
dude,
like, hey,
I'm
our
not
closest
poo-pooing-
relative.
I'm not poo-pooing on
No,
Jurassic
I
Park.
know. But with that said, I'm down with the idea of a park.
Yeah, man.
There's plenty of land up there.
Yeah.
No one's using it. It's too cold.
Can you imagine?
That's what Antarctica should be.
Yeah, you should have some things. Do you know penguins are not in the North Pole?
They are. Oh wait, no, they're not. They're in the South Pole.
Yeah.
And like South Americans.
Did anyone tell the penguins that there's another place that's just like where they are?
It's kind of like the other end of the world, though.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Birds do it all the time.
I know, but these guys have to swim there, right?
They gotta go through orcas. Orcas
Yeah.
is such a problem.
All the ocean is a problem.
Yeah, but orcas are like the bulliest bullies of the ocean.
The ocean is terrifying.
Have you seen the videos of the humpback whales just messing with orcas?
No, I haven't.
There was a whole Radio Lab made a whole podcast about it because they're trying to figure out why is it that so they can understand why humpback whales would try to mess with orcas in the area of like a humpback whale mom escorting their child to another place. So sometimes if it's a mom and a child is swimming and then going towards a place. If another humpback whale or a pod realizes that it's a mom and a child, they all join up with the lady and then escorts the mom to the place. Generally, wherever whales are going, it's where everyone else wants to go too. So, but they'll like join up so that they can protect the baby and the mom. But there's multiple instances where a humpback whale would go and try to save a seal. They've actually have video of like a seal being hunted by an orca. A humpback whale comes in and breaks up the fight, swims on its back, and then balances the seal on its chest.
Wow.
And the thing is like scientists are trying to figure out why would a humpback go through the trouble of saving a seal.
Right.
And I think that it still came up as like a big question mark. Some say that because the orcas have had such a strong history of eating the offspring of like baby humpback whales, that humpback whales, like they have made a decision
To hate orcas.
on sight.
Yeah.
Whatever we will fuck with orcas whenever given the opportunity.
Makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
right? Because humpback and most of the other whales don't eat flesh. They eat like shrimp and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's this other whale just like me, right? And they eat whales and whale babies.
Yeah.
You're gonna, if they could,
Yeah.
I'm sure humpbacks would kill every orca.
Yeah.
Because it seems like to be in like a,
Yeah.
it's like a cannibal.
They've also tried helping dolphins. They've helped. There's actual footage of them helping penguins as well.
Wow.
Yeah, humpback whales out there trying to help as much as possible.
Do we fish humpback? Humans?
No.
Maybe the Japanese. Those people.
I feel like
Those people like put
they
the
hump
shit
a
out
lot
of the
of. I
water.
mean, they hump a lot of things. They hunt a lot of marine life. So yeah, it might be. Well, we don't know. I'm not gonna check it. We're too late in the podcast. I'm coughing way too much.
Yeah, man, you all right?
I'm done. This is the most amount of talking I'm doing today.
No problem. Let's do it.
All right, people. This has been episode 378. Thank you for hanging with us. We'll be back in a week. Take care. Good night.